Greetings and salutations, my dear Vikings. Welcome to Burden of Commands, a very unique turn-based tactical experience. And as the title itself says, they want to try to simulate the burden of command, being in charge of your troops on the front line, morale damage, story-driven decisions that you have to do, and a lot of consequences for your actions, positives and negatives. And has just dropped a DLC called The Three Nations, where you have 4 standalone D-Day scenarios. You have Pegasus Bridge, where you lead British paratroopers into a critical mission to seize and hold the bridge. You have Benouville, where you have to defend the village overlooking Pegasus Bridge against the determined German counterattack. You have Steel Rain, where you switch perspective and command the mechanized German force attempting to retake the bridge. And you have Myers Hill, where you lead US paratroopers in Normandy in a scenario featuring interactive live-action video, developing on collaboration with leadership expert Colonel John Antle, former executive producer of Brothers in Arms, if you know that TV show. And I think they've done a very nice job on telling a gruesome story. Because, to be fair and blunt, it is. It's not fun. And they definitely managed to show you how quickly it can be over. Let's put it like that. I'm a bit rusty when it comes to Burden of Command, so bear with me. We're gonna probably get annihilated and destroyed. 3 Nations. We're gonna play as Steel Rain, because I just know a little bit more about German military units in what they are, so I might have probably an easier time understanding what is what. And yeah, so we're playing Steel Rain, Normandy. Played this in order 1, 2, 3 after D-Day. You are a German commander, and you have orders to launch yet another attack towards Pegasus Bridge. Failure is not an official option for your very men. Challenge rating high. We're going to go straight for Steel Rain, just for showcasing you the tactical aspect of it. Let's try balanced. Fingers crossed. Probably should have taken story and just steamrolled it. But I would like a little bit of a challenge, and I expect to get completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. Yeah, in this scenario, you can change sides and have a look how it was from the other side of the plains. Leader Trust improves the bolster order for morale checks and assault. Steel Rain. 9th of June. Oh, freaking Sabaton text comes into my head already. Here we are. We want to move inside.
In der ersten Stunde des 6. Juni, wenige Minuten nach Mitternacht, rollt die gewaltige militärische Aktion an. Ah, Werner!
Los schon, Werner! The alarm is running.
Der Tag hat begonnen. Im Morgengrauen tauchen aus der Kim in der Seenebucht die Massen der angloamerikanischen Invasionsflotte auf. Mit einer Fernkamera hat der Kriegsberichter unmittelbar vor Einsetzen des gegenseitigen Artilleriebeschusses diese Aufnahmen gemacht.
You have to read the CC type subtitles. I'm understanding what he's saying. Click image to repeat the video. The length they went for actually getting real life footage and whatnot is crazy. 10th of June 1944, Frankreich, Normandy. The defense of Normandy. The reek of cordite hangs thick as you contemplate the latest order from General Feuchtinger. Dude, my German teacher was named Feuchtinger. 125th Panzergrenadier Regiment, 21st Panzer Division. Attack towards Benouville Bridge. Seize both spans. You men have another battle ahead, and you must lead them. Nearby, Lieutenant Brown theoretically theatrically clears his throat while you study the simplified map of the roads and canals around Ranville. He knows the orders as well as you do, and no doubt he is of a similar mind. Well, Hauptmann, might a poor infantry commander render a comment or two? Our last attack was broken up by Allied naval guns. The Allied fleet blasted out a horrendous barrage that broke up the attack, unless something has changed in the last few days. Clearly the British would think us mad to try to do the same thing again, Lieutenant Brown notes vainly. 4 years of war has made him an expert with both irony and sarcasm. But perhaps that storm hit them harder than we thought. Or perhaps Monty remains a little bitch. It would be quite something if recent sea condition had badly disrupted the Allied fleet. Whiting assigned this personally. How comforting that small make us all feel as bullets sing. Brown replies in tones that suggest otherwise for your ears alone. My men will march quickly. That's something of a lie, but then the truth really or rarely survives these days. Everybody with pipes, wow. Select the doctrine mindset. Select the doctrine idealism. Doctrine, idealism, zeal. Choose for cunning, discipline, or the caution mindset. Plan to seize the initiative and hold it. Swift action may yet overcome the enemy's firepower. After all, it has worked force. Zeal. Follow me. Active ability. Launch a highly enhanced assault. Take no suppression and gain significant advantage flanking. Casualties can still occur, especially in the unit acts rashly. For example, moves into the open versus unsuppressed enemies. Morale checks are still required. Berserk, passive ability. A unit that suffers a casualty may go berserk and attempts to assault the nearest enemy. Stronger than Follow Me, but just as vulnerable. Okay. Let's select Zeal. We'll take that. Utilizing German machine guns and tactics. German MGs expend 1 order to shoot and 2 to move. But the squads have an MG. In fact, they are built around that fact. German squads expend only 1 order to fire. A 3-order squad could fire 3 times. But their firepower after that first volley is reduced as it no longer includes their rifle fire. But just the MG fire. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. The 11th Panzer will attack westward into the teeth of the British defenses tomorrow. As always, panzers and machine guns will carve the way. We will have fire superiority from a distance. The machine guns and cannons possess a heavier punch, but up close the Engländer are dangerous with their Bren guns and Piats. A difficult attack, but you have your orders. And here we are. LMG goes brrr. Engländer. Fragezeichen. So we have the tanks over here. We have an 80mm mortar that supports us. We have another 80mm mortar. We have some Kampfwagen. Kampffahrzeug 222. Up here is an MG spot. We have the 3rd platoon. Some other Fahrzeugs. Captain of the 1st is up here. Question is, do I have some scouting units? What we got to do is... We're going to move out into the open with you. Chateau Ranville. Report come in. The Chateau Ranville is set with heavy stone walls and windows with excellent firing arcs. Naturally, the British have occupied the place. Certainly, it would be folly if they did not. Judging from the Red Cross symbols on the sheets hung from the windows, it is some sort of medical establishment. However, armed men can be seen to walk the grounds. They could fire Piat from inside. A Piat is propelled by a mechanical spring while lacking the range of a Panzerschreck. It does have one advantage that most weapons do not. It lacks a black blast, so it's basically a spring shooting out the explosive instead of having black powder going and then the rockets shooting out. The British never make it easy, Lieutenant Brown notes over the radio. Compared to Russia, this will be a walk in the park. 3 clicks over the radio, a modern take on an old superstition. The fighting in the East is hellish. Best not speak of it again. Twin clicks of your handset and ends the conversation. So.
Ich wünschte, ich wäre im Bett geblieben.
You wish you would be in the bed? Okay. Let's go creep. And we keep moving. Moving forwards. Units move only 1 hex, costs 2 orders. Charge. Okay. Hold fire setting, change facing. That's that. You're done. How dare you mention Russia? So. That being said, do I want to take fire with the mortar? Over there, I can't. Is it because of the angle? Or why can't I? Oh, we also have a Stuck up there. Anti-tank. Is that also Stuck? Yeah, it's also Stuck 3. Fair enough. It's our lieutenant. He can rally and boost. Okay, let's move forward with the Fahrzeug. Is what it is. We still have no sign of anybody. May reveal hidden enemies if used to fire on empty hexes. Barely see anything. Nope. Gonna drive one over here. Seems we found some English people. And there is an huge anti-tank gun that tried to hit us. And move it over here. Behind the building. Like in this building, there is no target whatsoever. That holds. That means change facing. Who is there? Oh, he's leading. Restore an order to a non-leader unit. That is not needed. And we can rally. I'm gonna wait with you. I'm gonna bolster. I'm not sure I want to drive out with the whole platoon here, but it looks like we have to. Therefore, let's get going. Because we picked up this commander. We go for. I'm gonna flank with this Kampffahrzeug down south. And it definitely looks like they have some sort of spy vehicle somewhere. There we go. So how the rules is, you pick a leading officer, leading commander here. They have their action points. So if you pick something under his command to move, will cost him an action point that they move, and also the unit that moves will have an action point cost on top of that. So it's quite intriguing to see how this whole management point system is hold out. Good, we are gonna hold here. Holding. Out of the door. Wait for it. Cancel. So I'm gonna move back here. And with that, his ordeal is spent and done. Now we choose the rest. And we can pick who we think we want to go with. So let's see. Can we drop a shell on this here? Is the range? Oh, it could shoot us back here. Fair enough. Fire. We did hit something. And they got some promotions as well. Fire again. .80mm mortar. Did hit both the building and the other spiel. No, we want to move forward with you guys. Move it, move it, move it. I'm gonna accompany. Let's get to that ridge. Because I think there's nobody in this building. At least I hope so. Good. Now, we want you guys to go forward. Move, move, move. Let's go to this ridge. Perfect. Let's cancel and let's add the lieutenants of the platoon. As I said, I'm a little bit rusty. I'm sometimes not 100% understanding my action movements. Oh, because it's still the vehicles that are doing their turns. Must stay in vehicle. Okay, fair enough. So, we're driving. You're halting. This platoon is done, more or less. I did not want to shoot. That was the right click. My bad. No, they're all inactive. That's the MG team. I need the other mortar team. So, mortar team. Fire. Please add that house. My bad. It is right click, not left click. Fire. That was a hit. We're aiming for another one. Good. That been done. Let's go on with the rest of the team. Only the second platoon. Move it. We're gonna go to this ridge. Pretty exposed. MG. They're surprised and exposed. And are undaunted.
Es mangelt uns an Wundern.
And are now hunkering down because they got into crossfire from there. So This MG group. Deco leads this round. Must be him. There we go. Was space to keep on moving. That was my issue. Space was end turn. They're rallying. We're moving nicely forward. So, now I can choose who's next in command. You have the first and second. You have another group. Good, you're going to be in the lead. Let's move out with the platoon. Get it over the farms. We're still not being seen. That's pretty good. Let's give not a bolster. Let's give some unit points to out of range. Okay. Is that how low the visibility is here? Interesting. That's done with that group. Moving up the infantry. Oh, you're gonna catch up with your units. Run, run, run. And get into that group here. Beautiful. A rally. Main issue is that they probably cannot be seen because they're standing in the next field. Oh, he's rallied and he can bolster. Almost the unit a little bit where he's standing in. That's that. They are spent. Enemy's turn. Definitely need to get that group out of the open. Falling over there would be an option. You guys gonna keep. Oh. They need to do a morale check. I can crawl over to them. That should be the trick. Stand up to draw fire. Definitely not happening. We're gonna rally. These units.
Das ist nicht das Ende.
Exactly. It's not the end. We're missing some points. We need to give them...
Es ist wieder soweit.
As is to the weit. We need to give you points into moving over here. And hunkering down.
Bewegung. Kugeln, warte nicht.
Lieutenant is out of action. Oh boy. He got shot into bits. Morale is terrible up there in the front. That's not good. So, your platoon should take the lead. Oh boy. Really get some fire at that position. They definitely know that what happened there. Oh boy. Not looking good. It is not looking good. Yes, Hill Wheel leads. We need you. Let's start some mortar fires. Let's drop some mortar fires at that position. The other upgrades, apparently. They have to do a morale check. This is also a mortar over there, 80mm. Or is it ours against theirs? So that was that. Up next we have 2 shots from this unit over here. Let's hit these MG in the open. Vicar units. Good one. Good one, good one. Can we give another energy point towards them? Like, we can only give that to the MG team. Let's do that. Let's give that to the MG team. And if we fire, we can fire that far. Wow. Here we go. Command open fire at the chateau with the red cross marking. Nothing matters but victory. Victory certainly covers many crimes, but whose victory has yet to be determined, and the British will fight twice as hard thinking that you are going to kill them regardless. Oh.
Der Krieg der Metzger.
Interesting. I still have the MG team. Let's fire.
Haltet sie nieder.
They have heavy smoke. Let's shoot that bridge over there as well.
Feuer!
Not sure if there is somebody in there. And another salvo.
Wenigstens wird's nie langweilig.
Okay. His actions are spent. That means I can also not do with the other groups anything myself. So that's done. The British have done their moves. Let's go with this men's forward. I'm gonna push over the woods.
Trainiere deine Beine.
Trainiere deine Beine. Work those legs. Let's go. Let's move 1 turn forward. 2 turns forward. Himmel, Herrgott! Move it, move it, move it. You're not... They're seen now. Still seen? Not anymore. Okay, there's some sort of clear line of sight. Is there something in that building? Potentially. He's leading. And his whole unit, please, moves into the woods. I'm going to push in from the north. That was his group. That was his group. Then we have some Kampfwagenfahrzeug commander and another Kampfwagenfahrzeug. They're being pretty hammered. So let's push forward. We're being seen. But there's no shots coming back because they are suppressed. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna stand there on the roads. Let your other vehicles moving forwards. Fire. Right click. There's some shots coming back. Let's see. Let's bring the other vehicles forward as well. We have 3 command points left. It feels a little bit laggy because there's a lot of calculations going on with every move that is happening. Whenever a vehicle is moving forward, there is checking every tile, etc., etc. There's lots going on. Oh, we're in position. You go there, drive into the ridge. You want to stand in the open. And lastly, this Kampffahrzeug will support on the front line in the woods, if possible. Pull up the roads. There we go. He's been spent. Good. So, Stückfahrzeug. And then we have our self-leader, captain, who can help everybody. We have the 2 Stück over here. Do I want to give them away? Probably at this point I have to. If I fire, I can fire that position.
Korrigieren Sie Ihr Schussfeld.
Heavy smoke. Okay, he's sitting in that tank. We're gonna remain here. Settings. Fire the enemy. Opportunity, even if there's a penalties. Only fire if no net penalty if the target is adjacent. Perfect. We're waiting for it. Basically, we can skip the Stück turns. I don't know exactly why I picked them. Could have waited for hard vehicles. But we're still on turn 2. So it is our job again. Good. Let us push forward.
Wieder ein schöner Tag.
He is still not seen. You could fire only around here. Still in the dark. Still in the dark. We gotta drive up close with this. We're gonna be a scout's vehicle. We're now spotted. And we're hidden again. So, one turn forward. We're seen. We're shooting over here. Shot comes back. Missed. Target acquired. Okay, that thing is nearly gone. He's still in the leads. That means the next Kampfwagenfahrzeug comes up here on the streets. That costed me 1 action point to move him. Does it also cost me an action point from my squad leads to start firing? Because I can't remember. 2nd point to move up to this ridge. And 3rd point to attack. Shot comes back. Luckily, it's not hitting us. But we did some damage to that unit. So, and last but not least, it is us. Start driving off. Leading here into the open fields. And we can still fire upon the enemy if we would have left. Have enough points left, but we don't. Therefore, we'll leave it as it is. Pushing some infantry up top. Let's see, what do we have? You have the tanks. You have the overall power. What is there next to you? MG team. Fire upon the enemy.
Steck es ihnen zwischen die Zähne.
Do it again.
Hämmert ihren Stahl!
They're surprised. Oh, they're surprised if there's like heavy fire coming in. I can remember there's ammunition to the units as well, but I don't think so. So that being said, we're just gonna pause. We're not moving in with the tanks. 18 turns left. So everybody is reset. Secure the chateau. We are going to attack with the mortars. That's not your team. That is this wonderful team here. Oh, we got reinforcements even. Fire the hole. What is its non-stay on the unit that just shot? Fire! It didn't hit, but I think it's still standing. So you are leading. That means I would like you to artillery air support. Oh, interesting. Let's fire at that team over there.
Let's give him a scrap!
Bolster units are better. Oh yeah, we should have bolstered my units to hit better. Bolster. My bad, it's right click. Always right click.
Härtet euch ab!
There we go. And with that, to get nice shots.
Lass sie bluten!
Lass sie bluten! Still standing.
Wählen Sie Ihre Ziele!
Good, we are hammering on them. He seems to be spent, so I cannot do anything else. Because we need command points for other units to be able to advance. See what the British is doing. It's probably trying to, I don't know, bring them up to some sort of positive spiel, if possible. Let's get points from the commander. We can fire at this position.
Lass dich durchbohren.
That was dark.
Lassen Sie jede Kugel sprechen!
Okay, and also going to use this team here with the points of the captain. I'm going to fire this position.
Wenigstens wird's nie langweilig.
They're getting hammered, remember. If the animation could be a little bit faster,
Hämmert Ihren Stahl!
things would be even better. Let's see, can we speed that up? Main menu. Oh. That just threw me out to the main menu. My bad. Settings. Auto end the leader rounds. If all units in the current leader are spent, end the round. Frankly, graphics. Show FPS. Gameplay. Done. Okay, let's continue. My bad. Do you want to jump on there? We were getting hammered pretty badly. Oh, they're getting hammered pretty badly, not we. Just going to pull off that flank. And you're using the creep. Nobody overcast. I hope it did save and it does not kick us back to the beginning. The bug report. Game saved. I think I blocked myself. Well, nonetheless, Burden of Command. Hope you liked the idea of it with the tactical combat, with your action points being used by officers to move your units and have to do a little bit of action point management there. Very in-depth calculation in terms of suppression fire, getting hits, running out in the open, all of this risk that you have to do with your commands. Who is your cannon fodder in order to scout ahead, and so on and so forth. Lots of decision. There's also a lot of story burdens and heavy story progression when you play the campaign. Highly recommend it. Quite a unique experience, and depending on the difficulty, also very, very harsh. You can, of course, just go for story and enjoy the story and have a lot of error margin in terms of movements and other decisions. You not get completely annihilated if you aren't making a wrong move, but overall, highly recommend. Thank you a lot for the DLC codes. Wish you all the best with the launch of it.